All right. All right. How am I doing this? What I can do, just blue tack him to the base, but I think what we're gonna do instead for once is use gloves. I think that's the play. It will be weird to use gloves, but dang it, I didn't even think about that. Oh, whatever. I don't think anybody drives that retention anyway. I doubt it. Alright, time to crack these bad boys open. I swear every time I look, I feel like there's dust on here, which is super annoying. Oh, hold on. First of all, we don't need to crack into these quite yet. So I think what I want to do first is actually tackle the undercarriage. I think that should be step number one. So I really need to start using my vortex mixer more. Just never think about it. I think we're gonna just do this with sponging, I think. That makes the most sense to me. Sponges. Now I got like, there we are. What to say? I know I have a little collection of them. Move that a little bit to my sponge holders. My little sponge boys. Take longer to do it this way, but at least this way I don't have to worry about overshooting, which is nice. Let me get a little bit more of the sponge out. Yeah, something like that maybe. Yeah. Man, that'd be a real shame if I have to dig that magnet out of there to enter this into Golden Demon. I'll be very sad. Though I guess I could always put it back in later, but man, that would be a real annoyance. Especially for something I'm not even gonna like possibly win with. It's kind of the other like bummer to it. I'm really just hoping to get like a notable entry pin or like a commended pin. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty happy with that. Need to get the cabling. Get a little bit more dark silver. Excuse me. Maybe I should just go true metallic since I'm doing metallic for the undercoat. And I don't know. catch that. Oh, that is frustrating though. Be right back. On that, I know what I must do. For tonight, I'll have to use a new work on cleaning the other one out. So for now, random new coffee mug to the rescue. Okay. Won't be as good as at rinsing things out. Oh, hold on. I don't know what I did with that then. Oh, it went into the other one. Okay, well, good to know. Thanks, me. You're welcome, me. Alright, well, for now, you are a metallic water cup then. Which is a darn shame, but that's fine, honestly. Alright. Get some of those extra silvers blocked in. and just a stippling motion. So I don't look like a complete madman, even though I basically am. But we're just gonna do our best with this, and you know, maybe, just maybe, we'll get a notable entry pin. Or if the judges are really feeling it, a commended. That's not super likely. But hopefully, once we get all the base coats down, and work on the non-metallic metal, hopefully we can hide our crimes a lot easier. There's always bound to be some mistakes, so I'll just have to go back . Okay. All right. That's exciting. I guess we'll have little things like that probably prop up, just because I originally built this with super glue. So we'll have to periodically make some repairs. That's not the end of the world. Go. Alright, now we just have to be super careful not to strip the paint that we just applied. Which I think we managed to do. And that should bond in just a few moments. It only looks like we took a little bit of a scuff on the paint there, which is not too bad. So that's good news. So while that's doing its thing, oh, there it is. just get another bit of sponge so we can start working on the bright silver in a moment. Almost forgot about the head. Can't do that. Can't be neglecting the noggin. The noggin is very important. There we go. I think our next step will actually be we'll do a black wash all the way around. Wait for that to dry. Excuse me. My goodness. Get a little bit of black wash. We're gonna thin that down just a little bit. We're gonna start applying that. Just to get this even, a little bit darker. Apply a little bit of that like oily effect, essentially. Then we can go in with our silver, which is our brighter silver. We can do that basically as our sponging highlight step. Right now I'm not too worried about where this is potentially pooling or not pooling. I just want this to get everywhere that it can right now. We're also going to do a bit of a brown sponging. Just to show that it's had some dirt on it, essentially. We want it to be pulling in those recesses like the gears and the cable. Those are kind of like premium spots for pulling, basically. While that dries, we can do some color correction here. We use this number 2, I think. And a little bit of water just to get the bristles nice and damp. Like that. And we're going to take our Payne's Gray. Put that over there, and I'll work this down into basically a glaze, like that. And then we can come in here start to cover up our mistakes. We'll let that dry. pretty dry, so we'll go ahead and, oh well. And we can do these back areas. Just you don't want to hit everything, but we want to try to make it look like the metal has been through some things. God. Saw another few spots I could use some touch up, like there. There. Okay. Looking good so far. We're gonna take a red oxide. We're going to get that onto our palette. I think we're also going to try some mahogany. We're gonna try a mix of these. Oh yeah, I like that. That's quite nice. I'm gonna just smush our brush around till we get some regular patterns like that. We're just gonna kind of stipple those on. Right around where there probably would be dirt and grime and grease, all that fun, nasty stuff. Don't want to overdo it too much, but do want to get some color variation in there. Just to kind of help break up all the silver. There we go. We're going to get this black. We're just going to get some of that on there too. Just kind of let the black further break up all this. Like, it seems kind of counterproductive, but like the more layers you add to it, the better it looks, in my opinion, the more realistic. Like, if I wasn't doing this for Golden Demon, I would have probably stopped at the last step, maybe just another wash, but we'll probably still do a wash once it's all dried. I think that's looking pretty cool already. Give y'all a close-up real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I think this time we're gonna do where is it? Yeah, I think we're gonna do a brown wash this time. Once again, we're not going to worry about too much as far as it's pooling or things like that. And this should help pull all of this together, which I can already see it's doing, which is super nice. Just give a brown tint to everything. Let this under chassis look really ancient. Old and worn, but look like the Mechanicus still did its best to provide it with like a fresh coat of paint, essentially. But at the same time, let the innards really kind of show their age. And it's not dry, but you get something looking like that. I think that's looking pretty good already. A lot of texture there. I think that'll look pretty cool. Alright, so while that's drying, we're gonna get our next piece of parchment paper down. That way we can start working on all this trim. Okay, there we go. Fresh palette paper, and we're gonna go ahead and start with a base of mahogany, and then we're gonna do dark golden brown. Bright ochre yellow, be part of our mix. And olive flesh. Along with a orange brown and a golden yellow. Okay. I think we're gonna start on this side. And just get our base colors blocked in. big question here will be how many reflection points do I have in this gold to make it even somewhat believable. At least the side of these armor panels will be a little bit easier to do, since I'll actually have more space to work. But, you know, you never know. I might actually end up preferring the smaller parts of the trim, just because those blends will blend a lot quicker, I think. You know, either that or I'll lose my mind just that much faster. That is also a very possible outcome. Sorry I'm not talking much this live or stream. I'm just very focused on getting this trim painted without having to redo it several times. Hey, welcome in, FL Cryptic. How are you? Welcome in. I am Big Nerd. I paint Warhammer. Tonight you caught me working on my Golden Demon entry for Adepticon 2026 in March. Here coming up. We're working on a epic scale Reaver Titan. Right now we're base coating all of the planned areas for the non-metallic metal, which I'm sure will probably drive me crazy. But, I mean, how much more crazy can I really be? Hey, Iron Soul, what's up? Yeah, I wish I could turn it landscape. I really do. I'm planning on getting a actual camera in the next few months, hopefully. So future streams will be in the proper formatting, but until then they basically have forced me to use vertical streaming, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do, you know? I started on TikTok, so I've always just been able to live stream from my phone, but Twitch is a little bit of a different beast. Hey, Iron Soul. This is actually kind of new for me. Fair enough, fair enough. I actually like this more. Really? Okay, that's a big first for me. Also, if the music is too loud, please let me know. I've been by me lonesome for the most of it, so I have just been jamming by me lonesome. It's new take, nerd. I like this. No worries. How you been, Iron Soul? Get to see more bigger than the other way. Really? Well, that's good to hear, man. I'm glad you're enjoying so far. Good working my birthday loot. Oh, dude, happy birthday. I didn't even know it was your birthday, man. Get any good loot? I mean, I assume you did since you're messing around with it, right? Yeah, no worries, man. There we go. Sorry, guys, let me get... Oh, okay, never mind. It was still going, I just didn't realize it. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Hey, welcome in, everybody, welcome in. If your first time here, I am Big Nerd. We do lives on Wednesdays typically. I think I'm going to be doing every Wednesday going forward at around 10 o'clock p.m. Central. I wish I could get started earlier, but life usually doesn't permit me that, so... If you're interested in miniature painting, feel free to ask any questions, or if you just want to chat, that's cool too. Right now we are working on our Golden Demon entry for Adepticon 2026, where we hope to take home a commended pin. That's our big goal. I don't know if we'll achieve that, but we will certainly give it our all. We're starting way too late, but as our good buddy Midnight Ghoul said, better late than never. So we whipped out our Kalinskis and started going to town. So what kind of loot you got, bud? Going back to your birthday loot. Get some really cool stuff, I hope. Get you some new plastic crack, hopefully. That's what I always want for my birthday. Money or plastic crack. Or both, preferably. Got an iPad, an Aston Militarum handbook, and a iPad Farron. Ultramarine desk. Oh, nice, dude. Let's go. That's exciting. Oh, dude, that's what's up. That is what's up, dude. Cool merch like that is always fun. I haven't really gotten too much of the merch, but I do think it's pretty cool when they do cool stuff. Like, I think my favorite, helps I'm a fanboy, but I think my favorite one so far has been, forget the company they collabed with, but they made a Astra Militarum backpack in the stylings of Krieg. So it had, like, you know, like the patch and like the unit number, like the regiment number and everything. It was super cool. But it was like, I think $300 or something insane, so yeah. So I'll probably never get that, but I thought the concept was a super cool one. I think that's the name. Yeah, it sounds about right. Couldn't tell you to be for sure, but got the Space Marine ammo pouch and dice bag. That's cool. That's cool. Dude, I know it's not like official GW, but I really want to get some of the Baron of Dice sets. I think those look really cool for the most part. You know, there's a couple duds in there essentially, but I think most of them are pretty good looking. Right, yeah, right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a few of their dice sets. Especially like the Trench Crusade ones. Oh my goodness, they look cool. I'm already pretty stoked though. I got the Adepticon dice. So whenever I go to Adepticon, I can pick those up. So I'm pretty excited about that. The miniature dice goblin in me is a very happy camper with that purchase for like $12 too. I hope I read it right. I think it's like a set of 12, so it's like $1 per die. I'll be really sad if it's just like one die with the Adepticon logo. I mean, I guess like worst case, like, oh, I know not to do that for next year, but I'll still like find a use for it though. I can use it as like command points in the game, or a miracle die or something. So like worst case, I'll make use of it, even if it is like for some reason a singular die. Why on earth I picked the one model with a bunch of trim, I'll never know. I'm already kind of losing it from just doing the base color, but I mean, I guess, you know, Golden Demon isn't supposed to be easy. If it was, everybody would do it. So that's her justification. And then I'll like get to pick up my Golden Demon piece in like a day when they disqualify it. Or, well, not disqualify, but like remove it from the judging process. They'll be like, wow, this was really just okay. You should really, like, you know, try more next time. And then I'll be sad and walk away, and I'll be like, yep, I get it, judges. I get it. I didn't spend 500 hours on my Adepticon piece. I only spent like 100 hours. How dare I? I hope the guy who got me as the Red Gabo is enjoying their War Dogs. Dude, that's sick. I love War Dogs, man. They're so cool. Honestly, I just need like another set of War Dogs to start playing Chaos Knights. Well, that and like build my Chaos Knight that I have sitting in a box. Dude, if I pull through to even just a commended pin, I will be so happy. Y'all will never hear the end of it. Like, if I do the NMM good enough, there might be a chance. Since I think Epic Scale is probably a little bit more forgiving of a category. I think. Like, in general, I don't think it is as punishing as, like, dual or single miniature or a lot of the other ones. But just because it might be a smaller category, I don't think that's going to ultimately do me that much favor. But, you know, I never know. We're going to cross our fingers and hold out hope. You know, might as well. Plus, I'll get to take photos of it in the case. Oh man, that's just gonna be cool by itself. Get to find my little stompy dude here. I gotta give him a name before I go to Adepticon. He's gotta have a name. All my Titans have to have names. So I'll have to I'll have to write some lore for this guy. It'd be a little bit easier if this was part of my 40k Titan Legio that I already have some lore for. But this is for my Trader Legio, actually. This dude is a straight up heretic. Because I originally wanted to do, well, I'm still going to do it, but it's going to take me a minute. But I'll be building a Legion Imperialis Dark Mechanicum army. So, and I was like, I really want to have a Titan Legio to go with it. Because, you know, why wouldn't you want a Titan Legio to go with it? So, I'd gotten that far in my lore planning, but I haven't gotten as far as actually, like, making the actual lore yet. I do know that I want the Mechanicum that I have planned to be like a dark green, like an emerald. So I think that'll be really cool on like the big Strakos walkers and stuff. So I think that will be pretty cool. Big Stompy. I thought about that, only because Jay from Eons of Battle called his just straight up Stompy, which I think is like really enduring in kind of a simple way. And I don't mean that negatively, like, I just love the simplicity to that, just Stompy. But he entered like a full-size Reaver Titan, which is like absolutely bananas for Golden Demon. But no, I really want to like make some cool lore for this guy. And it would be even cooler, like, I don't know if they allow you to, but like if they allow you to like display like a placard with like a little bit of like lore text, oh man, I'd be so happy to put like a little bit of a blurb in there. I think that'd be super, super cool. Are you going to Adepticon, Iron Soul? I never thought to ask. I am so sorry, by the way. Because that'd be pretty cool. Meet up with you and Midnight Ghoul. I really need to ask in the Discord who's all going. That way I can start getting like a running tally. Big fan of those knights that straight up out pieces on their shoulder plates. Dude, yeah. I don't know if I'll be skilled enough, but I'm thinking about doing a freehand in this big open area here on the front carapace. I think that'd be really cool. But I may decide to do a printed watercolor, or not watercolor, water transfer instead. That way I don't have to freehand. Or maybe what I can do is do kind of a little bit of a mix to cheat, essentially. Print out just like a black and white art piece, slide transfer that on, and then go in and actually paint in the color. That way it has the telltale signs of freehand, but I don't actually have to draw. or I guess more accurately paint an illustration. But I'd love to have like an art piece right on that center panel on top. I think that would be super, super cool. Not really sure about Adepticon. Yeah, that's fair. It's expensive. I get that. I mean, honestly, I barely made it this year. A lot of the reason I'm even able to go is because my dad was able to. Well, he wasn't able to. That's the wrong way of wording it. He surprised me for my birthday and gave me a fair chunk of change to help go. And then he helped me get a really good hotel deal. So he's been behind this like quite a bit, which is super nice, and I like really appreciate everything he's done to get me to go. I kind of wish that he had some interest in it, but like I know if he went, he would just end up like being stuck at the hotel basically, which like I'm sure he could find something to do, but he'd want to do stuff with me, which, well, you know, that sounds bad in a vacuum. I love my dad, so don't take it like, oh, I don't want to spend time with him, but like Adepticon is something I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, many years at this point, and I really kind of want to have the experience of just experiencing it the first time by myself with my own agendas, and then like I can invite my dad or, you know, whoever, you know, whether they want to go to the con the whole time or they want to go do their own thing, or if I need to take a break from the con, you know, for like a day or two to go do something cool in Milwaukee, like at least I'll have those options and I won't feel like I'm neglecting either side of it, you know? Like I won't feel like I'm missing everything at Adepticon, or, you know, I'll be neglecting that person. Maybe that's a dumb way of thinking about it, but that's just my thoughts. I hope to do Adepticon in the future. Yeah, dude, I think it'd be really cool to see you there, man. I appreciate it, man. You know, like, it's been on my bucket list for so long. It's kind of like, you know, let me get the jitters out. Let me experience what it has to offer for the first time. And then I can kind of start roping in extra things as I know what that scheduling looks like, what that feels like. You know, what events do I want to go to? You know, what do I actually deem important? You know. But yeah, I'm super excited to be going though. I really excited about it. I want to get a like group chat together with everybody that's going in the hobby. That way we can plan, you know, like, hey, let's meet up for a game, or let's go hit up like this bar or restaurant or whatever, you know. I don't expect too many people wanting to hit the nightlife, but, you know, if people want to go get like a burger or, you know, whatever else, at least we'll have those options. I think it'd be cool and nice to have it. Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I really need to find, like, a fair amount of, like, conventions to go to. I think they're just a cool thing to do. And try to get the community involved as well. I think that's a cool way of doing it. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you're new here, I am Big Nerd, and today we are working on our Adepticon Golden Demon entry, which is a Reaver Titan at epic scale. Right now, we're working on getting all of the base tones down for the gold non-metallic metal trim. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. It looks like they're already gone. Unfortunate. But yeah, I think I'll be doing my lives on Wednesday on Twitch now, which will be interesting. I think the biggest issue, Twitch isn't pushing me because I'm not doing it at least weekly. So I'm hoping that if I start doing it more consistently, Twitch's algorithm, whatever the hell that might be, will hopefully start pushing me in the recommended sections. But I also know, like, miniature painting probably isn't a big Twitch push for them, but, you know, other people make it work somehow. So it's gotta be doable. Need to figure out what I'm doing with this base. If I want to leave it the way it is, or maybe, I mean, I would think, or if I want to try to get like Imperialis like Rhino or two to put on here, I may look into that. Cause I don't even know what scale those are in. I mean, I know they're 10mm, but like, will that look good next to a 10mm Titan? I don't know. Oh yeah, the miniature place is popping for me when I visit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, like. So, miniature people must be getting pushed onto the recommended page somehow. And I am starting to assume it is probably due to amount of lives they actually do and just sheer consistency on the platform. And then once I actually get like a proper camera, I can start making YouTube videos like your boy Midnight Ghoul. Already have several ideas planned for that. Though one may have to go out as a janky phone one, because I know Midnight Ghoul and several other people were wanting to see the magnetization process of how to magnetize a Dorn. And I've been wanting to put that Dorn together for a while. Really, I need to do that and then paint it. Because I might end up taking my guard to Adepticon, which I think for me to bring a small enough force with enough points, I think I'm gonna need at least one Rogaldorn done, preferably two. If I had the time and space to do streams, I would do that. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun time, man. Time and space are definitely factors, for sure. Yeah, I'm just doing it out of my room right now, so, like, even whenever I do get a camera, I'm not really 100% sure what I'm gonna do, because, you know, having a room as your backdrop is probably not the most entertaining thing. So I'd like to get some kind of like green screen or backdrop or something. I think that'd be cool. I just had this passing thought, which I don't think would be very possible, but my mom just got a new apartment with 2 bedrooms. It'd be kind of interesting to float the idea to her. It's like, well, let me make the spare bedroom into basically like a studio, but she likes to live alone, and me showing up at like odd hours of the day or night to stream or make a YouTube video probably isn't on her list. Hey, Insanity Al, how you doing? Welcome in. I am Big Nerd. I appreciate you stopping in for the first time. Today we are working on our Golden Demon entry for Adepticon 2026. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Corn, brother. I don't have any corn, unfortunately. Well, not yet anyway. I am planning on starting a World Eater's Army sometime this year, but I don't know when. Thank you, Iron Soul. Appreciate you. I most certainly hope so. I'm really hoping this all comes out really well and I can take home a pin. That would be pretty darn cool. I started one of the Combat Patrol and Angron. Nice, dude. Angron is such a cool looking model. I'd love to have him. Honestly, I would just love to paint him, either commission or personally. I think I'd be one excited boy. Especially the new 30K Angron. I love the new model. Put a bunch of skulls on his base. Nice, dude. If we fit a tank going in between the Titan or on the side, I would love to do that. I just need to. I would need to find a cheap like Rhino or something from Legion Imperialis, because I don't really want to buy like a whole kit. So eBay is probably my best friend there. So I'll probably need to see if they have any cheap tanks on eBay, and then I can try to snag one of those and see if I can pop it in between this boy's legs or on the side or something cool. Because I don't want to leave the base just blank. Thinking about just getting the Primarch from 30k. I have them for not for army but for more decoration. Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. I think while I really like the 40k Angron, I think I end up preferring the 30k version, especially the new transfigured one that's coming out with the Admiral. I forget her name at the moment, but I think both of those look really, really stunningly good. And I kind of like how Angron still shows a little bit of that, you know, warrior Primarch aspect. And he hadn't, well, I mean, he is corrupted completely, but he's not so bestial, so animalistic at that point in his history, you know. You know, and I get that's what the 40k one is trying to achieve, and I think it does it really well. But I really like the idea of Angron still kind of holding that posture more of. I'm miffed because Loretta looks like the art piece that she would be, so a pickup for me. Yeah, she looks so good, dude. And it's so wild to me that they're doing it basically as a Valentine's Day thing. Like, it's not promoted like that anymore, but the original community post had that connotation, just kind of hilarious, because they released that article on Valentine's Day, I believe, if I remember correctly, or at least it was in the month of February. So yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I really, not for any like real reason, but I really prefer, maybe not prefer, but resonate maybe with more of his decline and fall as a Primarch. And I'm no expert, but you know, I think it's really cool that he was a gladiator and really kind of had one of the better reasons to fall to chaos ultimately. So I just kind of, I like to see that reflected in the miniatures themselves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Nah, no, I believe it. It's crazy. He didn't have a power to feel people's pain and take it away. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a pretty tragic backstory for sure. But I'm also just a heretic sympathizer, though. I main Night Lords, so you know, if that doesn't tell you enough, I don't know what does at this point. And even this dude, he is a traitor. He just doesn't quite know it yet. He's looking all prim and proper right now, minus the dirt on his chassis. But this gentleman is even a heretic. At least in my head canon. Right. Speaking of which, I am so excited we're getting no more Night Lord minis later this year. Well, I mean, probably relatively soon. It's not this pre-order, at least, thank goodness. I don't know if my wallet could handle such a catastrophe. But probably the pre-order after this week's pre-order will probably be the kill team with the Night Lords and the Sisters of Battle, if I had to guess. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but that'd be my guess. They're probably next in the bracket. Yes, I agree. Magnus did nothing wrong. He was just trying to warn Pa. He was just trying to help a homie. He was doing the infamous do the homie and got punished for trying to help. Silly, silly Horus. Still waiting on the bug box to ship? Dude, really? Because you're talking about the Tyranid kill team, right? With the AdMech? GW still hasn't shipped that? Yeah, dude, I'd be calling support, man. Be like, bro, where's my bugs? Not like the bed bug kind. I got plenty of those. No, I'm just kidding. I do not. Purely a joke. But yeah, man, I'd be calling support ASAP. I've not called. It said it'd be here anywhere between the 12th and 24th. Dang, dude. That's absolutely wild. Sorry to hear it's delayed for so long. Are you here in the States, or are you elsewhere in the world? Because, like, if you're here in the States, I don't know how it is recently, but I could definitely see all the trade stuff going on affecting that. I'm not going to get into politics, by the way. I don't care enough to get into it. Of course, I have my opinions, but that's not why we're here. We're here to paint minis and talk Warhammer. In the US? Okay. Oh, you didn't go through Games Workshop? Oh, okay. That also could be the answer to that question, so fair enough, fair enough. Obviously, supporting our LGS is a very good deal, but very minor plug. If you have any interest in getting some Warhammer or hobby goodies at least 5 to 10% off, check out Neath Miniatures. I'll put his name in chat. He's based out of Buckeye, Arizona, and he just gives flat 5 to 10% off of any purchase. And he's pretty cool. Pretty cool dude. this is the Reaver Titan from Legion Imperialis. So it's at the 10 millimeter scale for the Epic or Titanicus scale. Right now I just don't have the head and weapon on it right now. It's pretty good. It's pretty brown right now. Yeah, they're small scale. Yeah, this is like, it's about the size of a paint bottle, as you can see from Pro Acryl. So they're not very big at all. They're just 10 millimeter scale, big stompy robots, which for me is like the perfect scale. And also the perfect price, because these are only like 40 bucks. So instead of like 2,000. Have you ever seen drink or paint water? No. Not yet, at least. I've gotten very close. And normally I don't use this mug, but my normal paint cup is very, very dirty. So I actually need to do a wash of that before I really continue to use it for anything major. So I grabbed this coffee mug, and it's serving as my temporary water cup. At least it's not 40K size. Yeah, dude, that thing is like 15 inches tall. They're so dummy big. And if I'm plugging other people, I really should plug myself. Wow, that worked about as well as not that. If you're interested in following me in any of my other socials, I also have TikTok and Instagram, and they're both viewable through my Twitch page, and I'm fairly active on both of those, and I do post regularly, so if you have any interest, go check that out. If not, no worries. Right? Exactly. Hey man, I gotta push some socials, man. I gotta get the word out. I am on YouTube as well, but I'm not really too actively making videos right now. But I intend to change that this year. Okay, I think we actually got all of the trim, which I'm very shocked. That only took another 40 minutes, so that's exciting. Because I've started on my Tyranid armies are black, purple, and gold. Ooh, that's nice. I really like those for Tyranids. I think those are good colors. One second, guys. I'm still here, still reading chat, but I just want to check something here. Let's see. Has anyone been dumb enough to attempt a non-metallic metal epic scale Titan? The answer to that would appear to be hell no. There might be very good merit to why. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like true metallic on that one. That's definitely true metallic. Well, I mean, we can just feel out how to do this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. No. We found one, boys. Oh, it's just so hard to see. Do they have any close-ups? Kind of do. It kind of just reads as dull how he did it. Man, Okay, so like about every rivet he did a shadow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So about every rivet he did a shadow. The purple is the skin, and the black is armor, and gold is the lines. Ooh, that's interesting. I was thinking it was like a Royal Tyranid force. That's cool. That takes too long. No, I think the main issue is at epic scale. You're really having to push those highlights in and out quite frequently. And I think if you don't do it right, it just becomes kind of like a brown mess. So I think that's the biggest issue. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll try on this shoulder pad. Worst case, it looks like booty, and I hate it. And then I can just go in with a bronze and do true metallic metal, which I have a much better understanding of anyway. But we are going to attempt non-metallic metal. So we're gonna try on that shoulder pad and see where that takes us. But I like that idea about the Tyranids. I think that's a really cool idea. One thing I do on YouTube, just going back to that, I just thought of this, is that I do upload all of my Twitch VODs. So if you ever want to see a completely unedited Twitch VOD, that would be the place. I think we're going to work on this sword, or the Titanicus symbol right here, basically. I'm going to see what we can achieve on this. So, yeah, okay. I think it would make sense to have that be in shadow. We're just going to do our light sketches. Basically, right now. I'm not going to worry about blends. And I kind of want to try to make this fairly exaggerated. That way we don't end up with the same issue as that one guy did. We can just have some bands. We can worry about blending that out. and future steps. You can have this side be the bright side, so yeah, okay. I don't hate that. 1 second, guys. See, that's what I'm more likely to do, is put it into the wrong paint cup. That is honestly the bigger issue. Yeah, exactly. Oops, indeed. Because that paint water is actually metallic paint water right now, which normally it isn't. So my brain is like, oh, that's obviously the one you need to dip your paintbrush into. So that's my goof. Exactly. So I want to go ahead and immediately clean out my brush, because these are nice Kolinsky Sable brushes. I would hate to ruin these on the first go around, basically. Because look how good of a point I can get on that. That is wacky. Okay, so then we want our next bands to sit roughly right here. And right here. Forgot that should also be more highlighted. So I have a little band there. We'll have a band here. Something like that. Then we can start going in with glazing to really start to make these colors actually blend. Okay. I don't know about that, but we're getting there. I will say that much. I think if I exaggerate everything, proof of concept will be there, I think. Which for right now is plenty good for me. And then at that point, it'll just be a mount making it match across the piece at that point. Plus, luckily, some of these colors will start to blend in a little bit more naturally anyway. And I just gotta remember, this is the ugly stage. And I can't rush it. Even if I want to. Okay. Almost did it again. Almost did it again. Alright. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think we can actually do that. You know what? Let's do that. Let me get a fresh glove as well. I liked having it there just because it has like little indents on it. But my brain keeps telling me to put brush into cup, which is not ideal. Do I have anything smaller? I do. Okay, I may need to get out the 0 in here, but for now, I think I can work with this guy, because he does have quite a fine tip, if I can. There we go. Try not to do that again. Okay. Man, I don't know if I love that direction, but we're doing our best to make it work. Now we can start doing some of the glazing and blending in. Oh, Hmm. Oh, no worries, dude. Good seeing you too, Iron Soul. Take it easy. I'm not far anyway. So, no worries, man. Go get you some good rest. Certainly don't hate that. Yep, no worries, dude. I think I'm gonna go a little bit brighter on that section, but I do want to leave that at least somewhat in a shadow. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to call it, guys. I don't entirely hate that effect. It's going to need a lot of work, but my eyes are starting to give. So, till next time, have a great evening. Bye.